Airplanes are one of humanity's most advanced creations. Thanks to them, we can travel miles in just a few hours. But as we know, this wasn't always possible for humans. So how did it become possible? To understand that, we'll have to go back a little in history. Enter the 19th century. This was a time when, because of humanity's determination to fly, many new machine models were being tested. But every design seemed to have some shortcomings, until finally, one attempt succeeded. And as we know, that successful attempt was made by the Wright brothers. Their aircraft succeeded because of an interesting phenomenon in physics, the airfoil technology. We'll discuss this in detail, but before that, we need to understand the factors that are truly responsible for a plane's flight. Basically, two factors are primarily responsible for an aircraft's flight: successful takeoff and maintaining the net acting force at zero. The Wright brothers had the answer to this. They created airplane wings using the airfoil technology that relies on Newton's third law of motion to balance the aircraft. The most important part of an aircraft is its wings. The wings exclusively help the plane during takeoff, balancing, and landing. In airfoil technology, the Wright brothers used curved-shaped wings. Because of the curvature of these wings, airplanes get a huge advantage in both takeoff and flight. Curved wings deflect air molecules downward. According to Newton's third law of motion, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So the wing's downward force on air molecules gives an upward lift to the aircraft. This lift counters gravity's downward force and maintains zero net force on the aircraft. Now, because the aircraft stays balanced in the air, it also needs propulsion. A forward pushing force, right? This propulsion is provided by propellers, which are basically large fans. They give the aircraft the thrust needed to move forward. So this was the basic model of the Wright brothers' plane. And because of these factors, their aircraft was a success. Now let's talk about the modern aircraft that we see today. Their working mechanism is still basically the same. However, their wings are now aerodynamically advanced and system-controlled for various functions. For an aircraft to fly, there needs to be a balance between all the forces. Just like how there should be a balance between gravity and lift, there should also be a balance between propulsion and its opposing force, called drag force. An aircraft's aerodynamic design helps reduce this drag force, allowing propulsion to easily create forward acceleration. Once it gets enough acceleration, the aircraft takes off because of the lift created by the curved wings. Modern aircraft wings have different parts: flaps, slats, and ailerons. During takeoff, flaps and slats are extended downwards. This increases the wing's surface area and curvature, causing more air to be deflected, which increases the lift. After takeoff, the flaps and slats return to their original positions. Now, how do planes navigate during flight? Planes have different types of wing attachments for navigation, like ailerons, elevators, rudder, and spoilers. Pilots use them individually or in combination. For example, elevators are used to climb or descend. Rudder and ailerons are used to change direction. If a plane wants to turn left, it can be done in two ways: by pushing the rudder in the opposite direction or by using the ailerons, which is smoother for passengers. With ailerons, the lift force on one side increases and decreases on the other side, making the plane roll and change directions smoothly. Finally, during landing, a special attachment called a spoiler is used. The spoiler increases drag force and reduces lift. This lowers the aircraft's speed and helps it land safely in a controlled way. So that's how an airplane flies. We learned that airplanes use airfoil technology based on Newton's third law of motion. We also learned how aircraft, with the help of different attachments, are able to take off, maintain flight, and land in a controlled way. Hopefully, you learned something new from this video. If you liked this video, please hit like and share it with your friends. And if you want to watch more informative videos like this in the future, then subscribe to Let's Set Fly with Facts by clicking the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. I'll see you in the next video with another interesting topic. Till then, keep watching and keep learning.